Classic homemade pizza recipe, step-by-step guide. There's something truly special about making a pizza from scratch. This guide takes you through every step to make a delicious, authentic pizza right in your kitchen. 1. Preparing the pizza dough. The dough is the foundation of any good pizza, and taking time to prepare it properly will make all the difference. Ingredients for the dough: 500 grams of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of sugar, 10 grams of fresh yeast, or 1 packet of dry yeast, 325 milliliters of lukewarm water, 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Steps: 1. Sift the flour. Begin by sifting the flour into a large mixing bowl to eliminate any lumps and add air, which will help create a light and fluffy crust. 2. Activate the yeast. Dissolve the fresh yeast, or dry yeast, in lukewarm water. Add a pinch of sugar to encourage the yeast to activate faster. Let it sit for about 5 to 10 minutes until it begins to bubble, indicating that the yeast is active. 3. Mix ingredients. Pour the activated yeast mixture into the bowl with the flour. Add olive oil and sugar, but hold off on adding the salt just yet, as salt can slow down yeast activity if added too soon. 4. Knead the dough. Begin kneading the dough, either by hand or with a dough hook in a mixer. Knead until all ingredients are combined, then add salt and continue kneading. Knead for about 8 to 10 minutes, until the dough is smooth and elastic. It should be slightly sticky but not too wet. 5. Let it rise. Shape the dough into a ball and place it in a lightly oiled bowl. Cover the bowl with a damp towel or plastic wrap and let it rest in a warm place for 1 to 1.5 hours, or until it doubles in size. 6. Divide and shape. Once risen, transfer the dough to a floured work surface. Divide it into 3 to 4 equal parts if you want individual pizzas, or leave it as one large dough ball for a single pizza. Gently shape each piece into a round ball and let them rest for another 15 to 20 minutes to relax the gluten, making it easier to shape. 2. Making the tomato sauce. A good tomato sauce adds depth and freshness to your pizza. Using fresh ingredients will enhance the flavor. Ingredients for the tomato sauce: 4 medium-ripe tomatoes, peeled and grated, 2 tablespoons olive oil, salt and freshly ground black pepper, to taste, 1 to 2 garlic cloves, finely chopped, optional a pinch of sugar, if tomatoes are too acidic. Steps: prepare the tomatoes. If you're using fresh tomatoes, peel them by scoring the bottoms with an X, blanching in boiling water for 20 to 30 seconds, and then transferring them to an ice bath. The skins should slip off easily. Grate the peeled tomatoes. Cook the sauce. Heat olive oil in a skillet over medium heat. If using garlic, sauté it briefly until fragrant, about 1 minute, then add the grated tomatoes. Season. Add salt, black pepper, and a pinch of sugar if the tomatoes are a bit acidic. Stir and let the sauce simmer on low heat for 15 to 20 minutes, stirring occasionally until it thickens. Once done, set aside to cool. 3. Shaping and assembling the pizza. Now comes the fun part, putting everything together. Ingredients for assembly: your prepared pizza dough, tomato sauce, 200 to 250 grams of mozzarella cheese, sliced or shredded, fresh basil leaves, extra toppings of choice, for example, sliced tomatoes, mushrooms, olives, bell peppers. Steps: preheat the oven. Preheat your oven to 250 degrees Celsius, 475 degrees Fahrenheit. If you have a pizza stone, place it in the oven while it heats up, as it will help give a crispy crust. Shape the dough. On a floured surface, take one dough ball and begin stretching it gently by pressing in the center and working outward. Lift and rotate the dough, allowing gravity to help stretch it. You can use a rolling pin, but shaping by hand gives a more traditional result. Add sauce and toppings. Spread a thin layer of your tomato sauce over the dough, leaving a 1 to 2 centimeters (about ½ inch) border for the crust. Add your mozzarella cheese evenly over the sauce, and place any extra toppings you prefer. 4. Baking the pizza. The heat and speed of baking are key to a great pizza texture. Steps. Bake. Carefully transfer your pizza onto a pizza stone or a baking sheet. Bake in the oven for 8 to 10 minutes, or until the cheese is bubbly, melted, and the crust is golden brown. Finish with fresh basil. Remove the pizza from the oven and immediately garnish with fresh basil leaves for a burst of aroma and color. Slice and serve. Allow the pizza to cool slightly before slicing, then enjoy your delicious homemade pizza.
Classic pizza recipe, how to make it perfectly at home. Preparing the pizza dough. 1. Begin by sifting the flour and transferring it into a large mixing bowl. 2. Add fresh yeast along with the remaining ingredients, excluding salt. Start kneading the dough until it reaches a smooth consistency. 3. Finally, add salt and continue kneading until the dough becomes elastic and smooth. 4. Lightly flour your work surface and divide the dough into smaller balls. Cover them and allow them to rest, letting the dough ferment and rise until soft and airy. Making the tomato sauce. 1. Heat olive oil in a skillet over medium heat. Add peeled and grated tomatoes. 2. Season with black pepper and salt to enhance the flavor. Let the sauce simmer until it thickens, then set it aside to cool. Assembling the pizza kisses. 1. Once the dough balls have rested and risen, take one and gently stretch it out by hand on a floured surface to create your pizza base. 2. Spread the cooled tomato sauce over the base evenly. 3. Slice peeled tomatoes into thin rings and arrange them on top of the sauce. 4. Add slices of mozzarella cheese between and on top of the tomato slices for a balanced, delicious taste. Baking. 1. Preheat your oven to 165 degrees Celsius, 330 degrees Fahrenheit, on a non-thin setting. 2. Bake the pizza for about 10 minutes or until the crust is golden and the cheese is melted to perfection. Finishing touch. Remove the pizza from the oven, add fresh basil leaves on top, and serve while hot. Enjoy your homemade classic pizza.